We're feeling a little happy today. It's Thursday. Yeah. Thursday is review videos day, review channels day. Joe, are you excited?
Oh man, I can't wait. It's gonna be fun. We have a lot of people that fill out the requests, and we want to get to everyone. Sometimes people are having a little trouble filling out all the information though, so we may have to walk over how to fill out a form. So
yeah, well, let's do that really quick because I'll go ahead and put it up on the screen. If anybody in the chat lets me know that if my audio is okay, because I had a trouble on my live stream. People said they couldn't hear me correctly. Oh my gosh, I can't even spell real estate video geeks, but I'm just gonna if you go to the real estate video geeks URL on that website, it's going to show you. Oh my gosh, real estate. Did I not spell it? Oh, I put videos instead of video. It's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, just go to that website, and then at the top, it's going to have some tabs up there. I'll show you here with screen share. All right. So you're going to see these tabs that come up. Look, and it's going to say, join the course, ask a question, book a call. But then you can request a review, and they always are on Thursdays. Okay, so you're going to go over here, and then you're going to fill out the form, right? When you fill out the form, it's going to say YouTube channel URL. Do not use your @ symbol that you use for tagging or, tagging people. Use your actual URL. So that's the thing that's at the very top. Copy and paste that there. When you use the little @ symbol with your name or whatever, it's very difficult for us to find your channel. We can't put that in the search bar and find your channel that way. That only works when people are commenting on your videos.
they're tagging basically the channel. So
right, they're tagging the channel.
Yeah, when you're on your channel, just go up where you would type www and copy that and paste that where it says YouTube channel URL.
Correct.
And if you do that, then we can find you super easy, and then we can do the review.
Correcto. Oh, look, it's Urban Van Life. Yes. Welcome, Neil.
He's making some comments. I have to here, so hide the screen so I can show you what I got from Christina. You got to see this. This right here was awesome. So I get this package in the mail. She's like, did you get this package? I'm like, no, I didn't see anything. I don't see a package or any of that. And then she's like, no, you should get something. So I got the first hoodie, I Concur, by the Real Estate Video Geeks. And it's awesome. Fits great, looks great, and I concur. So, and if you're new and you don't watch a lot of our live streams, when we do channel reviews and we ask each other what we think, that's our response if we agree.
I always say, I concur.
We concur.
It's all because awesome. It was a stupid movie. I thought it was the dumbest thing because he was trying to pretend he was a lawyer. He didn't know what lawyers speak. So no matter what, he just go, I concur. I concur.
Yeah. Yep.
So it was our attempt for being professional.
Basically, we don't know what we're doing and we just agree.
You disagree. Yeah. When you don't know, you just say, I concur. Anyways, so this week we're talking about getting your channel in order, right? Because there's lots of people that I've spoken to. They've had channels for a while. They haven't either been very consistent, or they were consistent with the wrong content, or they were given a content strategy, but they want to do something a little bit bigger now, or they've run out of, if they've done all the living ins, they've done all the moving tos, and they've done every single pros and cons video under the sun. And now they're like, okay, I don't know what else to film at this point. So, we're going to be getting into like what somebody should do. So first, I'll give you the first thing, and then Joe can give you the second thing. If you have an older channel and you're kind of like, I haven't been posting in a while. I don't know, like it's been like 3 months since I've posted a video. I'm ready to get back into it. The first thing you're going to need to do, I'm going to tell you right now, is to build a content strategy, meaning you're going to need to understand who you're making videos for. So you can do that by looking in your analytics, see how old the people are that are watching your channels. Look for the top performing videos in your channel for the last 90 days, and then just basically update those videos that you have. You can actually make playlists from those specific videos as well. So that would be my first tip for you if you have an older channel that you haven't been posting for a while. What's your next tip for people?
As far as like actual channel, or if they're wanting to kind of get more consistent, I would say I'm going to go kind of more the, it's a new year. People are writing goals. They're doing things on how they want to generate their business, how they want to generate leads and stuff. And I think the biggest thing is sometimes, it's like, I don't know if you've seen this, but I see it a lot. It's people like, well, when I get the new camera, then I'm going to start making content. Or when I get the new microphone, or I need this gimbal before I really do anything. And honestly, like, I think what most people are missing out, because like it's always we need all these things in order to do it, but really what we need to do is just do it. And so like having a schedule that you are dedicated to say, okay, this is my prospecting. Like, instead of calling for 2 hours, I'm going to make content for 2 hours. And you block that time off and you go all in. There's a lot of opportunity. I think a lot of agents feel a little bit overwhelmed and they feel like they've missed the boat, and it's absolutely not true. There's so much opportunity on YouTube right now. And the biggest thing is you just have to get going. So I would say the first thing is, if you're planning out your goals and you're really trying to increase your business, increase awareness, all of these things, schedule time to actually, if you don't know it, schedule time to learn it, and then to do it. But a lot of it, you learn by doing, and then there's things that you can then enhance your learning curve by leveraging, other people's knowledge.
All right, that's a good one. My next one is the comparison game. So, you've been doing this for a while. Some other new whippersnapper pulls out their camera and they start blowing it out of the water right away. And you're like, I've been doing this for years. How come they got all the views? All right, you got to stop doing the comparison game. I get this all the time. Whenever I post, my numbers are like, well, I'll never be there. I'm like, dude, I wasn't there either. Like it's one of those things. It starts off slow and then it builds up. And sometimes people like they take the courses, they understand YouTube a little bit better. They understand who they're making content for. So when they do come out of the gate, they are doing better than your channel did when it first started. Don't play the comparison game. And I know that's really difficult, especially with real estate agents, because they're like, well, they're in my market and, now they're ripping off all my content, like stop that, stop it. First of all. Secondly of all, this is an opportunity to get with those people and first of all, pick their brain and see how it was that they were able to do that. Secondly of all, it's a way to have collaboration with that person, even though they're in your market and even though they may not be with the same brokerage as you. That doesn't matter. Like, honestly, when people start watching a channel and then all of a sudden they see you on another channel, they're like, oh, they're friends. They all get along. Not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody's going to like them. So if you have the opportunity to go to their channel and, basically introduce yourself to their audience, you have an opportunity to introduce them to your audience, and you guys could work together. That is one way you could really build up each other's channels together. You're going to get there faster than people that are competing with each other because you guys are making the same kind of content. So that would be my next thing I would tell everybody. Stop looking and comparing yourself and look at everything as an opportunity on learning, on building up your YouTube channel.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I think that you can do some comparison, but what that comparison should be is between yourself, where
Mhm,
you were when you first uploaded a video to where you are
mhm.
now. And maybe it's little micro growths that maybe you were really nervous in front of the camera. And then after 100 videos now, you're more natural. So like there's lots of things that you can do that you can compare against yourself. But I agree 100%. I concur that if you are comparing with someone else, you're going to get discouraged. And then when you get discouraged, then you quit making content, because then you're like, well, I don't even know why I'm making it, because like these guys are way ahead of me. And they're thinking the same thing about someone else. Like that's the whole thing, is there's always someone, unless you're Mr. Beast, there's always someone like that bigger and has more views. So,
Mr. Beast's biggest competition is with himself. Every week,
right.
he's just trying to outdo himself, and that's how you should be thinking too. Um, I would never like compare. I posted recently my numbers, and people are like, "Oh, wow, I'm embarrassed to even show my numbers." I'm like, if we're gonna be honest, it took me a year to get to 100 subscribers. I mean, and that was in 2017. And then by 2019, at the end of 2019, I had 10,000 subscribers. And it snowballed after that because I understood who I was actually making content for. It takes time. Nobody learns this in one night. And every week it's a competition with myself to try to do better than the week before. I don't always win, by the way,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
everybody kept thinking, like once you have that viral video, that's it. You basically rest on your laurels and, you're going to have all this audience watching you. And it's not like that at all. That's why I don't really I don't make a big fuss about subscribers, because in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. Most of the people that are watching my videos are never have seen me before in my life. So
Right.
anyway,
Yeah. You're just helping them understand something that they want to learn more about. So,
correct. Correct.
you know,
So what would be
one of the
another
things I would say, another thing is like if you really are wanting to go all in and you want to do like more of this type of stuff, find someone that is also energetic about it and become accountability partners and
Ooh,
talk with
good.
them once a week and say, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing this week? Here's what I'm doing. And create your own little mastermind of how you can get content ideas, run stuff. And some of it is just that, it's a set time at this time you have to call this person, and it keeps you motivated to get done. Maybe in the beginning it's more of like out of guilt, like, oh, I committed to do this. But after a while, what's awesome is we all kind of have highs and lows. And so you may be riding a high, but your accountability partner might be low. And so being able to have that conversation and build them up, and then the weeks that you may be low, they may be high. And so it just kind of helps that momentum, and you're able to really, really accomplish a lot of things when you have someone that you're accountable to that has similar goals.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be somebody that's in the real estate niche. If you have somebody
Right.
in your direct area that's like into gaming or into cooking or into DIY, but they have a YouTube channel and you know them, they can be your accountability partners. This guy right here, Urban Van
Mhm.
Life, he's been my accountability partner for years. And he does, like, before that he did cryptocurrency, and now he does van life stuff, repairing vans and traveling all over the place. So it doesn't necessarily have to be somebody in the real estate niche to be your accountability partner. Joe and I have been accountability partners since 2019, I think. Yeah, 2019,
Yeah.
the end of 2019. Then we've always worked together and tried to get ourselves on track. There's many times, and it doesn't even, that accountability partner, honestly, doesn't even have to be related to YouTube, because there's been things that we've pushed each other to do that had nothing to do with
Right.
YouTube, but it was goals that we were trying to set. It's always great to have some kind of accountability partner when you're doing this, and it will help you kickstarting your year for 2024 with your YouTube channel. That's for sure.
Yeah, we have Alex. He's saying that he meets with his friend once a week about YouTube, and it's the number one motivator right now. We agree with that. Like it
Mhm.
you know that if you commit to do something and you have that scheduled meeting, even if it's Monday night and you're meeting Tuesday, you're doing it so that when you meet with them, you're not saying, yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't do that. You're motivated. You want to get it done. So it changes the game for sure.
Jen says, don't undervalue the accountability partner. It makes a huge difference. My partners, I have 2, are in Texas and I'm in Massachusetts. Location doesn't matter. And that's for sure. Because my friend, Urban Van Life, he's in the UK. And I mean, there were some days that we would be on the computer just to make sure that we were doing our stuff. We wouldn't even be talking. I just have the camera on to make sure I was doing my stuff. But he was right there going, and he wouldn't say anything either. He was doing his thing. But it was like working in an office with somebody that made you not get up from the desk and get distracted. And ADHD brain. I need somebody that can be not distracted, So it really works. Yeah, he says a different perspective can bring massive success. That is true. That is true. Because sometimes we get blinded that we are in real estate and we think that we know everything. But then when you hear somebody that's outside of the real estate game, you hear their perspective and you're like, oh, I just thought that they knew that.
Yeah, I assumed that they did, but it's because we're talking to people that are in our industry all the time. So.
Yep, all the time. And you think that they're like reading the same articles you're reading and stuff, and they have no idea. Nobody knows right now that the interest rates are under 6%. Everybody should be making a video right now about that, by the way.
Yeah.
And that would be another thing. That would be another tip that I would give everybody. Now that we're talking about accountability partners, I need you to be hyper
vigilant.
Thank you. Vigilant about looking at what's really going on in the industry today. One of my top performing live streams, and it was something that I didn't even think would do that well, was about the fact that real estate agents got sued. And I'm about, my channel is about, affordability and everything. But people were genuinely interested about that. And that live stream to this day still gets comments on it because people were genuinely interested. They watched all the way to the end, a live stream about us talking about what's going on with real estate agents and those lawsuits. So it's important for you to stay up to date and you can make content about that. That is good stuff for your channel, but always keep your avatar in mind. So what would be your next tip, Joe?
My next tip would be don't get lost in the weeds. Don't put a plan together and then work that plan and try to just do one thing at a time and just little wins. You don't have to try to, I think a lot of people also get discouraged because this is work. It takes time. It takes effort. It's not going to happen overnight. And a lot of people are like, man, I made 5 videos and I'm getting 20 views, 100 views, and I'm discouraged. I see all these other people and they're getting way more. Again, it goes back to that comparison, but understanding that small victories, what can you do in this video that you're making, and then what can you learn from it and you apply it in the next video that you do, and just realize that this is not a fad. We're marketers first. So this is something that you should understand and know how to do. And then just realize moving forward, you're just moving yourself ahead of everybody else because the writing's on the wall. People just aren't quite motivated to get there yet. And so I would say, go ahead.
I was just going to say that most real estate agents aren't going to do what you're doing.
Right.
That. You may think there's a ton of competition out there, but the majority of agents in your market aren't going to do it. They'll put a door hanger out. They'll walk around. They'll do those damn phone calls.
They'll do calls.
But
they'll go call. Yeah. And listen, there's all different ways of doing it. But the cool thing that YouTube brings is when you create good content, that will work for you for years. It's not just, I did it one video and now it's dead. Short form's kind of more like that, where it has a flash in the pan. But this long form stuff, if you provide good value, just like what you just said about people were interested in what was going on with the lawsuits and that, and you're still getting engagement on that from that live stream.
Yep. Yep.
So
And then my next tip is this. Stop sweating over creating perfect SEO. Like, and you do not need fancy tools, plugins into your YouTube channel that gives you SEO scores. Those literally mean absolutely nothing unless you're trying to make a perfectly curated search channel only. And I will caution you with this. If you only create a channel that is strictly search, you are limiting your ability for growth in 2024. You have restricted the ability for your channel to really blow up if you're only focused on search and SEO. That's a huge tip. And a lot of
Right.
people, I know a lot of educators, especially in the real estate YouTube space, emphasize how incredibly important it is to have this perfectly curated SEO for your channel to be a search channel. And that only works for so long. And you're limited after that. You're stuck. You're not going to get X amount of views after that. It's done. It cripples you, honestly.
Right.
And then if you do it for too long, it almost is impossible to stay out of search after that. I've seen that too. When you're only a search channel, and you've been a search channel for 5 years, and then you're trying to branch out to make sure that you can get more views, it's impossible. Almost
Yeah,
impossible.
you'd be better starting a new channel. The thing also that I would kind of go along with that is, you know, you the algorithm changes. Like everything changes with however YouTube, you know, they want to run everything, and their goal obviously is to keep people on the platform as long as possible. And in order to do that, like you're way better off thinking about how you can be unique and be yourself and provide value than try to game the system or try to cheat it or do the hacks. You know, like it's very interesting because we both talk to a lot of different YouTubers in a lot of different spaces, and they're like, you know, when I actually found my authentic self, that's when I had exponential growth. It wasn't because I was copying, you know, Graham Stephan and I wanted to be Graham Stephan. It was, you know, when you do you rather than try to copy someone. And there are a lot of people that copy verbatim everything and then put it out there, and you can only go so far with that. The whole idea,
it falls flat. It does fall flat. There's a couple dudes out there that do that, and their channel's suffering now.
Yeah, you're never going to be authentic, and you're never going to, like, they know that you're getting it from someone else because that person that they ripped it off from was the one that was authentic. So, I mean, there definitely is a lot of things with those types of things that I'd say, but like, I personally think that that's kind of the thing is do the content, make the content that you're passionate about and that you, or that you want to learn more about. Like, that's a really great way to get educated in a topic, is by making content about something. It makes a huge difference. But so that would be another tip I would say is try not to, you know, don't, like you're saying, don't compare, don't do that, but look at, like, how are you, like, what unique things that you do that you can then bring people, because people will be attracted to, like, your personality, and then turned off. You could say the exact same stuff, but you're saying it in different ways, and you'll attract people that someone else won't, and vice versa. That's why everyone can be collaborators rather than competition.
Right. So let's give you, for instance, if you're a big avid golfer, right? What if you gave that same information about the 5 ways to buy a home in 2024 on the golf course, right? And then you could talk about the golf course community, and you're having a grand time on the golf course playing golf, and then you're giving your tips. And then you can you do some cool shots of you swinging the ball and you know, like having the ball fly through the air. You could do some really cool shots with that too. And then people know that you're a golfer. First of all, you didn't have to say, I'm a golfer, blah, blah, blah. They just know that. And you're giving them valuable information. And not only that, it's so different than everybody else sitting at their desk, spewing out talking head stuff like I do on my channel. I mean, if I could golf, I would do that.
Yeah.
I need to do something with my bread, since I really enjoy
Yeah.
making bread. Maybe get the
You really
viewpoint.
should. I think, yeah, you should definitely do that.
Yeah,
So,
I think I might do that.
or your like gourmet cat food that you make, like stuff
Oh,
like
I
that.
know, right? And then it like do the whole thing and at the end go, doesn't that look delicious? And people are gonna be like, no, and I'm gonna be like, because it's for my cats. 'Cause it looks like slop.
Oh.
I mean, you just get a little creative, have fun with it too. I think people are that would be another thing is that people look at making content and we have to be so professional because we're real estate agents. And then you make yourself stuffy and then you like you said you can't be authentic because you're trying to be so perfect. Nobody's freaking perfect. I even leave my gaffes in the video. Like if I was to do that same video, like where I couldn't say that word, I don't remember what word it was, but I couldn't say it. I would have left that in there. I just would have taken out the pauses in it and been like, I'm going to get it out. And
Yeah.
just left
Right.
it.
Because then they get to see your personality.
Right. Everybody messes up. We're all human and people enjoy looking at that. So these are all the things that we know because we've done this for a while will help you in 2024. It will help you kickstart your channel off in the right direction. We can't emphasize having an accountability partner even more than we already have. I really would like you to stop freaking out over SEO. I would really love for you guys to spend more time on your titles and thumbnails. And don't think of search as the only way to get your videos found on YouTube. That's for darn sure. So,
Right.
and you know what most people are here for though, Joe, right?
The reviews.
The reviews. The reviews. Sunday's live stream could be cooking up with the latest real estate surprise with Christina. Yeah. Yeah, except for I have dogs and they'll bark during the stream. Oh, and that's another thing too. Like things happen. If you're on a live stream, things happen. Dogs bark, you know,
Roll with
motorcycles
it.
go by, people mow lawns, and the audience that watches you live enjoys that stuff. They know that you're doing this live. So don't sweat the small stuff, guys. Don't sweat the small stuff. All right, let's start with this one. You concur. That's right.
I'm gonna say it all live stream.
Yes, you are. All right, we got the first one right here. Can you see it, Joe?
Nope. Will you pop it up on the screen?
Okay, let's do that. How about that?
There we go.
There we go. There we go, Christina. Okay, we've got videos every week. Subscribe to learn about living in White Rock, BC, in South Surrey. All right, living in White Rock, BC, Glenn Hopkins. All right, what do we want to say about his banner?
So, I mean, I like his little, like he's waving, and I like the beach background. I definitely would remove new videos every week and subscribe. Like those two things need to go, but like learn about living in White Rock, I think is fine.
And the only reason we're telling you that you don't need subscribe. So at one time on YouTube, people didn't realize that that was like important. The culture of YouTube now is people understand to follow, they understand to like, they understand to comment, they know that what it means to subscribe to a channel. It's not something we're teaching an audience to do because everybody knows to do that now. You don't need to write it across your banner. And and I would say you would need to take all that off and tell the audience what it is this channel is about. What is the value they're going to be getting from the content that you create? And that would be living in White Rock, BC. But I would try to find some more catchy, more fun ways to convey that message, in my opinion.
Yeah, even with imagery or whatever, but at a first glance, they would know that it's a real estate channel.
Yeah, yeah. And then I would also say that image of him waving, which is it's nice, it's cute. I would center that better.
Yeah, move it down because it's getting cut off. And I get it if they're watching on a TV or something, you're going to see more of it, but you could still move it down and then it looks good for both.
Right. Because he did that with his profile picture as well. It's just there's so much empty space over there in the right-hand corner there. It's like he's kind of squashed down in the circle. All right.
Mhm.
He's the authentic agent with 120 videos. Wow, way to go. Okay, here we go. We've got, I think he's doing mostly shorts, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, those. Yeah.
Okay. Property ownership, joint tenancy versus tenants in common. All right. So to me, this is a search channel. I would try to like make these titles more juicy, right? Because you've already repeated the title on the thumbnail. And then there's no reason for that. You got to give them a reason to watch. And the first thing that most people see is they're not going to read the title. They're going to look at the image. So I would give them a reason like, don't do this, right? And then have an arrow pointing to something on the image itself. And then people would read the actual title after that. That's how I would fix that thumbnail.
Yep. If he is going to have his picture on there, I would obviously, we talk a lot about rule of thirds. I would make him much larger and bring him up so that he's more prominent on there, almost like how the short is. See like how like the thumbnail next to it, like that's what should be on the thumbnail. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. If that image was on this would be better because see how big it is and how much space it takes up on the thumbnail itself. Yep. Good call, Joe.
Yeah.
This is actually a pretty decent title. Don't wait, buy now and beat the rising real estate prices. That's actually a decent title. I think the length of the video is what messed it up. It isn't exactly.
Is that a short?
It's too long for a short.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to be under 60. It's like 60 seconds or less.
Yep.
Because I think maybe they don't know this. If you let's talk about that for a second. If you're uploading a video and it's longer than 60 seconds, it will not upload into the shorts. It goes to your long form stuff. So make sure if you're doing it as a short that it's under 60 seconds.
Correct. Yep. And that's what happened with all of these. They're not shorts.
That's why he's not getting them. And see, and then if they get uploaded to the regular video, they need to be like 9 minutes long at least. So that's why a lot of that you're having struggles with.
Yep. That's what happened with a lot of these. I think what he's probably doing is using content from another platform like TikTok or Instagram Reels or whatever, and then putting it over to YouTube. And I'll tell you this. Do what the platform wants you to do on that specific platform. Like I would not take my YouTube videos and just not do anything to them and just automatically upload them to Facebook. I wouldn't do that. I would edit them down and make it more appropriate to an audience that is watching it on Facebook. And if you upload to LinkedIn, it used to be you only could put 10 minutes in there. So I would cut out as much fluff as possible, take out the like, share, subscribe stuff, and anything like that, just to bring it down to 10 minutes. Cause I used to upload to LinkedIn. And then on Facebook, they don't want any words on the thumbnails. So you take out all the words on the thumbnails. You make it just an image. Sometimes they only want a screenshot, really. But you have to study these things because each social media site is going to be completely different than the previous. Because it worked on Facebook does not mean it will work on YouTube. And because it worked on TikTok, it doesn't mean that it's going to work on YouTube Shorts. Just be aware of that.
Yeah. And a lot of this is you can actually, there's AI tools out there now where, and it looks like he might be using them where it will actually cut it down to the size that you need. So you can upload them natively to each platform, but they fit within what that platform wants.
Right. And then for shorts, I would say this is when you really want to chase the headlines. Anything that's sensational in the headlines, that's what I would use for your shorts. Those quick little tips, nobody cares. Honestly, no, it's not very uninteresting. Nobody cares. Unless it's like something new and fancy, something with like AI, some kind of new tool that's come out, some kind of financial planner type thing that someone could use at home. those will make good shorts. Or a really interesting story that to tell somebody, like where they got their house foreclosed on, or they were able to reduce their mortgage insurance somehow. Those things are interesting because it saved them money. But just to say, oh, here's 5 tips of buying a house, nobody cares. They're just gonna do that,
Yeah.
and you want them to stop.
Right. And
So.
and I mean, that goes back to what we were talking about before, is understanding the platform and like what it's for. So really, if you have a really good video and you want to try to get some more traffic to it, then make a quick short that will go to that video. But understand that shorts are flash in the pan headlines. You got 2 seconds, and if you don't hook them in, then they're swiping away. So do more of those types of things if you're going to do that, like more of that headline stuff. And then really, like, what's great about like some of these AI tools is when you create your long form, it scans all of it and it finds the best pieces and edits that for you. So then you don't have to make any extra stuff. So if you're going to make shorts and you want to kind of supplement that, I would focus on making your long form better, and then just repurposing that.
This guy wants
This guy wants us to check our. I guarantee you, he's going to sell us the best SEO package
on the
available
planet.
for my YouTube channel.
Oh, I bet he has all the SEO Google skills that it's going to. I'm just gonna say.
Yes, he can get us at the top ranking keywords, and he'll give us a cool graphic and everything of our YouTube channel. By the way, if you get those emails, don't fall for that stuff. Don't do it.
It's a hose. It's such a hose.
Yeah.
Scam, 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 scam,
Yeah.
scam.
Exactly. Don't do it.
Don't do it. The geeks told you no.
We say no.
Oh, the geeks say no. All right, let's get to the next one. People don't want to hear
Alrighty.
about us anymore. All right, here we go. All right. Katie, Bobady, Banana Fan of Fofity, Katie. All right, Katie, real estate, real guidance, authentic advice for buyers and sellers and agents. You're all over the place. I can tell you that right now. I don't even have to look at another video, because if you're making videos for buyers, you're making videos for sellers, and you're making videos for real estate agents, that is 3 separate avatars altogether. People that are buying a house don't give a flying flip about people selling a house. Real estate agents don't care about the 5 tips of buying a home. You're spreading yourself way too thin. You need to really focus in on who you're actually making videos for. One specific person. If it's for real estate agents, you make a channel for real estate agents. If it's for sellers, you make it for sellers. If it's for home buyers, you make it for home buyers. What do you want to say, Joe?
I concur. You got to be concise. Know who your avatar is, and know your niche, like the one that you want to do, because all you'll end up doing is doing a spaghetti against the wall approach, which is you just throw stuff there and hope something sticks.
Oh,
And
this is
so
one of my pet peeves. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, just get some clarity, and if it's a team channel, or if it whatever it is, like just make sure that you really narrow down like the type of person that you're trying to create content for, instead of everyone.
Okay, so like this, for instance, is like, consider me your real estate consultant for life, whether you are a buyer, seller, or an agent. See, you're talking to too many different people, because they're like the real estate agent's not going to give a crap what a buyer is doing. A seller's not going to care what a real estate agent is doing. Like, it doesn't. You need to clarify who you're making content for. The other thing I'm going to tell you right now, because this is a pet peeve of mine. So I would just leave this one link. Book a call with Katie. That's it. All these other links mean nothing, right? Because you don't give a crap if somebody watches your Facebook stuff and starts liking all that stuff. It doesn't mean anything. Your Instagram posts, I mean, unless you have a huge following on those platforms, don't take them away from YouTube unless you really want them to do something. And I suspect that you really want them to book a call with you. And depending on who you are trying to target, I would still just leave it, book a call. Even if you want them to become an agent or if you want them to buy or sell a home, I'd still just leave this, book a call. Because you know as well as I do, communication with somebody you talk on the phone or have a Zoom call with is going to be much better than anything else, any of this other stuff. So I would take
you can
all
sort
of these
it out later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can sort it out later, but also, you know, if you're confusing, that's the other thing is if you're putting content out there and then maybe a buyer's trying to get a hold of you, they go to book a call and you're trying to get agents, they're going to be like, well, I don't want to be an agent. Like I'm trying to get information about, you know, purchasing or something like that. So just really what you have 3 different avatars here, like
And that's
Christina
why I think
said,
she's struggling with views because she's talking to 3 different people.
Yeah, you just need to decide what this channel is going to be about, like who you're going to make the content for, and then just move forward making content for that person.
I agree. Let's take a look. I think you need to study a little bit about thumbnails. I do like how large the image is of yourself on the thumbnails, but you definitely do not need those. There's too many words, way too many words on here. And you're literally repeating the title on your thumbnail, which we tell you that's a big giant no. Absolutely not. No, a thumbnail should tell the story of what the video is about. And like this just says exciting news. So if I was just scrolling through it and I saw exciting news, and I'll be like, is she pregnant? That would be my thought.
Right.
And I'd be like, we're changing our name from and then I'm like, okay.
And is exciting for who? Who is that exciting for? Remember, like, I think that's the other thing is that understand that, like, I think sometimes as agents, we get lost thinking like, oh, I want to make what I want to make. And then, but then you can do that, but then don't be mad if nobody watches it. So you gotta, because what you have to remember is the content is for the viewer. So what does the viewer want? And that's why it's so important to nail down like who you want that viewer to be so you can make the content for them.
And I see right here, I was sued. I knew this would, like, honestly, this is the most clearest thumbnail to what was actually going on in the title, right? So you use different wording in the thumbnail than you did to the title, which was perfection. And not only that, everybody's going to be extremely curious because what was she sued for?
It was negative.
Those words pop off the screen. It stops the scroll, and immediately people are going to go, "What was she sued for?" And then I looked at the
very first one I saw. Very first one I saw when you went on there, and you can see by the views that it's obviously everything we're talking about is showing you that the viewer agrees with what we're talking about. According with your channel, because look at the one right next to it. I mean, it's you got a ton of words on it. And its biggest mistakes, but it's there all this stuff, and it only has, you know, it's an older video too, so it should technically, if you did it right, you'd have more views. So one of the things, like if you look at her face on the one to the left, the one where she's sued, that's more of like, oh, like that was like a concern, like I messed up. The next one is like, oh, it's happy. I made, you know. Do you think people are like super happy right now?
I made a mistake.
I made a mistake. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't fit with it doesn't fit with what you're doing. Like that would be more like the same kind of face as, I mean, I would switch that thumbnail out and have it very close to like the one that got the better views.
I concur.
Huge mistake. Like or have like, you don't even have like to have the text. You could like tell that with images. Like like there's this stuff you could do with that.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next one because we got a few more we got to get through.
Yeah, we got to get cruising.
Yep. Can you see this one that says Nibel Real Estate Network?
Yes.
Can you see that? Okay.
Yep.
We don't have a channel banner for this one for some reason.
No.
Strange, right? So I would create a
That is
channel
strange.
banner. Am I sharing the right one?
Yeah, I'm seeing it. The other thing is, if you're doing that, your profile pictures, if you want to both be in there, get rid of the logo and just both of you be bigger.
I concur. Yep. I just want to see something really quick. All right. So that link that people could hit just takes you to a generic website, and then the contact me is at the bottom. So if you're going to use something like this, get a landing page where the contact me is the very first thing you see, where they don't have to scroll.
Yeah, and they can't go anywhere else. So they either fill it out or they close the window. Like don't give them options to start clicking around, because you just they'll just get lost.
Lost in the sauce. All right. I just want to see let me see more about this. All right. Real estate professionals committed to providing the best real estate education for buyers and sellers, servicing. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I don't hate it. But I would take all of this, our website and Facebook off there. Just go ahead and put that link to your landing page where you can capture their information. Yep. They have 177 videos and only 29,000 views, but they only started it in 2020, so it's not that bad. Okay,
They're kind of doing the same thing though as the last channel we just did, because they have buyers and sellers. They've got that same mixed person, instead of realizing, hey, we need to make stuff for either a buyer or we need to make stuff for a seller.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you're going to do a video tour channel, make it video tours and leave it as video tours. If you're going to make a channel about tips of buying a house, go ahead and leave it as educational and tips. Now, I know this is contrary to some people tell you when they're like, I've gotten plenty of leads, blah, blah, blah. And I have proven evidence that says if you stay the course and just make property tours, you will have a successful channel with property tours. When you separate this stuff, you're asking for it. You're limiting the amount of views you could possibly get on YouTube. You have to focus in on one specific avatar and not all over the place. Another thing I want to tell you too is this thing right here, real estate 2023, 2024, top 10 must know topics this holiday season. That's not a captivating title. You have to think of it as something that would interest people to actually stop them to click. Like the woman who said, I got sued. That was interesting enough. And then you repeated the title on your thumbnail. You don't want to do that.
Yeah. And then what happens as soon as we're done with December and now we're not in the 2023 holiday season?
Yeah. Yeah. And this video dies on the vine. Yep. Same. Like, you got too many words. You're just going to have to do a little bit more studying of what better thumbnails, better titles. This hashtags in the title, don't do that. If you're going to use those kinds of hashtags, put them in the description so they'll highlight on YouTube. Do they still highlight in blue? I haven't seen them in a while.
They still go on there, but I don't think they actually highlight. I think they're
Remember
just,
they were
I think they're
blue
just
and you
there.
could click on them?
Yeah. And we'll pull up all the stuff that kind of is tagged with that. I think the biggest thing is they got to figure out a strategy. There's all kinds of stuff. Just, you need to decide like what type of content you're going to make and make this channel specifically for that.
Right. Because when you put these dates on there, 5/19 to 5/21. So I would say, oh, wow, this, like, I'm not going to watch this again. There's people, there's no lie, that will sit there and watch old butt content of home tours just because they like looking at houses. But as soon as you put the date on there, they're like, oh, that's an old house. Right.
Yep.
Don't
you
do that.
The same video with nothing and just a price tag and a house of the, a picture of the house on the thumbnail, and that's it.
Yeah. So just do the house, just do the price of the house. All this other stuff it's blinding to the eyeball. Like, I don't even know what's going on here. It looks like
It's just
Mardi
too
Gras.
busy. There's too much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
there's
got,
just too much stuff going on.
yeah, these are older though. I think you kind of figured it out. A lot of this reminds me of Mardi Gras. There's a lot going on. So, all righty, let's go to the next one. Let me pull that up, friends. All right. Living in Missoula, Montana. Oh, you know what? I love this,
The
by the
QR
way, the
code.
little
Didn't we review this? I think this is a resubmission because it looks a little bit different.
yeah, we've done this one before. Oh, look,
I
she's had
think
a big
so.
pop. Look at that.
Yeah.
From the 12th to the 14th. Let's look at what video. Like,
Yeah.
let's see
What
if
did she do here?
maybe it might have been a short. Yeah, we definitely did this one before.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We're gonna tell you the same thing. Make yourself bigger. Yep. I bet it was a short. No, maybe not. Nope. Let's see. Let's go back here. There was something that made her videos pop off. Let's do a little popular check here. It could have been one of these ones that says "Don't move to Missoula."
Yeah.
I love the
Missoula
truck on
truck.
fire, man. That is eye catching. That is eye catching.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
I
did
bet you
that
it
a
was this
month
one.
ago. That I was going to say that falls kind of where that time where that spike was.
Yeah, and like, I don't know if you guys know this, and this is one of those things that was taught to me by Daryl Eves. So I put out a video because he told me, "Oh, you know what? Like, you have all this other content. Maybe you should try a video like this, and it should do pretty well for your channel." The video comes out and does garbage, and I thought, "Oh God, another freaking YouTube guru that thinks he knows everything, and he's full of crap, right?" And what I
Mm-hmm.
forgot what he had said was, most likely it will take about 21 days to really flow into the YouTube algorithm before it takes off. Missed that part completely. Sure enough, 21 days later, the darn thing takes off like a rocket. And I bet you that's what happened with this one. I bet you that's the
Yep.
one that popped off. So, yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I mean, but
Make
look at
sure
the
you don't cut
look at
yourself
the
off.
thumbnail. Yeah,
Yep.
look at the thumbnail though. Like the thumbnail it's much more captivating because she was able to. I mean, you've got different colors, and it's telling a story of like, why is this truck on fire? Is it a moving truck? Like what's going on here?
And then the
that.
first words too, right in the title, are "Don't move."
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and
The
those
rest
won't
of the
get
title
triggered at
she
all.
could. Yeah, I was going to say the rest of the title she needs to get rid of that stuff because then she repeats like the thumbnail, but that part she could probably just go just with "Don't move to Missoula."
Okay. So can you read this title?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. This strategy, I know, is taught to you by supposed experts, telling you to do these 2 or 3 titles, and you're using the words Missoula, Missoula, Missoula in all 3 titles, and that's supposedly going to give you Google juice or SEO juice. This right here is called keyword stuffing, and it can actually have your content suppressed. Do not do this. This is completely unnecessary, and you're not going to get more traction because you did 3 titles in there with those words in there. This was a mistake. This could have actually even done better.
It may have hurt your video even more. The other thing is, remember, like as you're doing this, like YouTube, their goal is to keep people on the platform. If you're going to be on the platform, it's not a computer reading this description. What happens is the viewer is scrolling and they see the thumbnail and they're like, "Ooh, that's interesting." And then there's the title, and that title is going to reinforce what you're doing. And that's why Christina said, "Yeah, don't move to Missoula." You like reinforced it, and then you tried to like keyword stuff it rather than making it legible or for a human to read it and go, "Oh, that's intriguing. Like that's a really juicy title. Now I really need to click on it."
She has 4 titles. There's not even, it's just "Don't move to Missoula," "Cons of living in Missoula, Montana," "Missoula sucks," and then "Living in Missoula." She has 4 titles.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
I would go in and change that.
I concur immediately. But like honestly, I'm reading her description, and it reads normal, thank God. Oh, there's the hashtags.
Yeah.
You can't click on them. Oh, yep. That you can.
They're just not blue anymore. They're just like grayed out. But
but you can still click on them.
Don't.
Yep. So yeah, as far as she's like, hey, you've reviewed my channel before. You can see it on this channel here. Just go back. We'd have to look and see which one it is. But since you're watching, just fix that description or the title right there. Don't do that.
Yep. Yeah, this reads well. All right. Yeah, we've definitely done it before. I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but
it could have been a couple weeks ago. But yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Hey, but you know what? Go back in and watch all of it and see if you can find it.
Oh, and you can honestly, we say a lot of the same thing every single week, so you can learn a lot from watching our old videos. We give you some good tips.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say is like, you can also like, don't ever feel like you can't like
if you've put some stuff in there and then you've made some changes, submit it again. We'll review it again.
Yep. We've done this channel too. We told them to change this banner. We told them to make them bigger. Remember they were purple.
We like the picture, and we just told them to add a little bit more of that snow type stuff for Salt Lake area.
Yep.
We've done this Salt Lake, but somewhere up there. Yep.
And we said make this profile picture bigger because it's you're small on there. And then we had said that the same thing with take the Facebook thing off of there and then have a landing page for
book a call.
To book a call. All right, let's scroll down a little bit. Let's see if we got any videos. Yeah. So the same our advice will not change. You do not need to watch and subscribe on your videos. You make sure you don't put duplicate the words on your thumbnail as your titles. You make sure your images of yourself are much bigger. You're too small. Anything else, Joe?
No, I think that's pretty much it. I think that maybe they're running into a little bit of an idea, or it might be hard for them to figure out how to position themselves because it looks like they're a team and they're in it in every thumbnail. So what I would say is, if you're going to do that, then you have options. Either go back into that rule of thirds. You cut that thumbnail into 3 pieces, and you either both are on one on each side doing something, and then you have the middle that you're doing, or you're in the middle and then stuff on the side. But follow that rule of thirds, because that's one of the things that helps people, like when you're like, it's just a proven artistic thing that your eye is drawn to those types of things, and you can actually point people to the stuff that you want them to do by having the design.
Yeah, remember we did this. We definitely did this one. Remember
we talked about that. We talked about that. The 2,500. What it's really like.
Yep.
And
the other thing I want to tell them too is that, like, I understand you're trying to be like the digital mayor or whatever, but that really doesn't go along with tips of buying and selling a house. Like, if you want to do something like this, put it on a different channel and put it on a blog, but don't put it on this specific. Even the 5 things to do, that belongs on a blog, not tips for moving to Salt Lake City.
Yeah, that's more of like a
different avatars.
Tourist. It's like a tourist.
These are people that have already bought a house, that already live here.
Yep.
These are people trying to figure out if they want to move here. That they're 2 different avatars.
Yeah, the other thing I would suggest is take the subscribe and scroll down just a minute. There was something else on their thumbnail. There's 2 little red things. I can't read. Is it subscribe?
It's twice? Watch and subscribe. We told them to take it off last time.
Yeah, move that off too.
Yep. Take it off. Take it all off. You don't need it. It's unnecessary. We got to get to the next one. one here. Yep. Here we go. We're going to share this tab. The Collective AZ, Judy Collins and Kelsey
Macias.
Thank you. All right. So I don't know if you know, guys, I'm just going to let you know, there used to be a little tab here that had like little clickable links. They no longer did that. I just changed out my.
I know. I was going to say they're going to give us crap because we were like, you don't have it, and then ours we just never have updated it. But hey, it's updated now.
We did. We just recently updated it.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, I do. I was saying that we were telling them, and then someone was like all snarky and be like, "Well, why don't you guys change yours?"
Yeah. We did. I feel like we've done their channel before.
We probably did.
Maybe not.
So I mean, they're kind of doing that rule of thirds, but if they're gonna do if they're gonna both be on there, they need to be much bigger. Like we say, like
too tiny.
If you need to see the whites of your eyes on the thumbnail, so be bigger on that.
Yeah, I agree. So this is like, honestly, I think you missed the boat on this title. I would have said, how I made my client 60,000 in 8 months, 60,000 in 8. That should have been your title.
Mm-hmm.
And then on your thumbnail, it would have been like best. Yeah. Like your thumbnail should have told the story of that.
So the other thing too is if you're going to do this, like it goes back to this strategy. If you look at the 3 thumbnails and the videos, they're 3 different avatars. You have an affordable housing, and then you have investing, and then you have new construction.
Like how to build a home.
Yeah, you need to have like that each of those would be their own channel.
Yep.
And then I think these are tours.
Yep. And then like they didn't pull it down quite enough, so it kind of looks like their legs were cut off at the bottom of the second. Yeah, floating. Yep. And it's only on the girl on the right, because the girl on the left comes all the way down, but the girl on the right gets cut off. So she looks like she's kind of like her legs were cut off by a pair of scissors. And I make them you're bigger. But if you're gonna do home, I remember doing this one because I remember that garage. Yep. If you're gonna do home tours, make your images. You don't need to have your images on there, just have the price. Yep. We've done this one before. If you guys put it in before, like we've done it, just go ahead and look back.
Yeah, I think some of them, like, and I don't know if it's just they're not going back to the channel to look at the review or whatever, but you know, a lot of this stuff, they're just little teeny tweaks. But if you'll do those small fixes and stuff, you know, it will help your channel. But more than anything, just like every single one of these channels has to get a little bit more clarity on like who they're making content for.
Yep. And this is the same as well. Yep, we've done this one.
Yep, we did that one. That one, I remember the yellow door.
Yep. And now you can get another review again once you change some of the things that we've told you to change. But if it looks exactly the same, I'm sorry, I'm going to skip you. I'm skipping. Yep. You gotta like at least make some changes for us to review it again. There's nothing to say that wouldn't be the same as it was the last time we reviewed.
Yeah, we'd say the same thing.
Yep. Yes, indeed. So with that, we got through the reviews. We gave some really good tips for 2024, and we're going to be back again next Thursday. But Joe, if they really want to get the good stuff, where do they need to go?
They go to realestatevideogeeks.com. We have an online course that we have created. And all of the stuff that we're talking about, if like all the good stuff is in there, but not only that, but we have a community of agents that are, it's just incredible. If you're really trying to step up your game, this is the place to be. There's a lot of good information, and we've added even more content in the last 30 days that we didn't have before. So if you're serious about wanting to get on Facebook, the thing that I love about the course is that you can, everything we're talking about, everything that we're doing, you can figure out yourself. You totally can. What this does is it expedites your success, because you don't have to hit all the pitfalls that we did, and that you can actually learn from the mistakes that we made. And it just helps. It helps you get one with a group. We also have a group that are always looking for accountability partners. There's lots and lots of opportunity. So this year, if your goal is to really get into YouTube, I can't state enough how much people have gained by going through this course. And not only do they go through it, but they continue to go through it. Every time we go over, we have people that have gone through it 4 and 5 times now that continue to learn. And so once you sign up and you're a legacy member, you're a member for life. And I don't know of any other thing out there that is catered specifically to agents that will help you grow like the stuff that we've put together.
And that is, that's the coolest thing, is that we really have a cool community of people that really do help each other. And they all are accountability partners with each other. They've come up with accountability groups, people that have taken the course, come back and redo it, and then they have success. So like, it is a lot to learn. I'm not going to lie. You're not,
it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of information. Some people don't get it the first time and they go through it many times, which is great, but we're always there for you every single Thursday. After this stream, Joe and I take a break, then we come right back, and then we help our students with one-on-one coaching. So, and we're there every week for you. Not only that, we have a very big community of people on Discord. You can ask your questions every single day in there, and we're always answering everybody, and the community is helping each other out as well. So we have the best. I mean, honest to God, I can honestly say we have the best YouTube real estate course on the planet. By hands down, I can say now we genuinely do. So, all right, everybody, we'll see you next week. If you have anything specific you would like us to talk about, please put it in the comment section after the stream is done. We'd love to hear from you. That'd be awesome. If you don't want to do that, you can always put me on the DMs. You can slide into the DMs and do that.
Yep.
Joe, do you want to add anything?
No, like I said, I enjoy doing these channel reviews, and we really do believe in helping people, and we want you. I mean, this is why we do the channel review. We want you to be successful. So just be committed to setting that time so that you can start filming, and you can get committed to be consistent with your YouTube content.
What do you always say? You can do it.
Do
right?
it. Do it.
You can
do
it. All right, everybody. See you next Thursday.
Okay.
Bye.
See ya.
Be good.